Miss Raven speaking. How can I assist you?
Hi, this is Corin Randazzo. I got a quick
How are you?
question. I'm doing
Mhm.
well. Got a question though.
Okay.
The city has a proposal to rename Lee Street to Martin Luther King Jr. Way. Now, they keep saying that Lee Street is named for General Robert E. Lee of the Confederacy, but they never show a shred of proof. So, what exactly is the city basing that assumption on?
That I'm not entirely sure, but they are having a public hearing regarding that street name change on the next meeting that is scheduled for Monday the 9th. So if that is something that you wanted to voice, and
Well,
see if anyone can get you any information back, you're welcome to join the meeting for
I
that
have
public comment.
I have read every shred of what Linda Logan typed in her little PDF. See, first Alexander said on the 9th, it's definitely named for Robert E. Lee. So then I went and looked up the entire history of the block, the High Towers, and the Lees that have absolutely nothing to do with Robert E. Lee. Published two stories on it, right? With all those old newspapers. And then the city makes another, I don't know, 20 pages without a single shred of evidence. So it's a huge issue, but the mayor and council's office knows nothing about when this would have been commemorated for Robert E. Lee. But I'm welcome to come. First, I gotta stand in front of the Noops, the Henry County 14 Fists of Fury, as they call themselves, and then call the city a liar. That's what you're telling me I gotta do?
Oh, no, I said you can come to make your public comment and express your concerns,
No,
and ask that question, and
I'm
so we
not.
can get information back to
I
you.
make my public comments on the internet on StockbridgeAmphitheater.com. Everybody reads them. What I'm looking for today is a piece of paper from the city with evidence that says that road's named for Robert E. Lee, and I will publish it as a correction and say I was wrong.
Right. So I completely understand your concern, but I don't have the answer for you today. I don't have the answer at all from my position. So that's why I'm saying
Okay.
you can come to the meeting
No, no,
and
no,
voice
no,
that
no, no.
question.
Hold on now. The meeting is too late to gather the document I'm looking for. Linda Logan wrote this PDF. Did she write it out of thin air? Or is she working from a history book? Or is she working from the city minutes? You don't know?
I,
It's such a
I can't
huge
answer that question
issue.
for Miss Linda, but if you have questions directly for her, I can transfer you over.
You know I'm just going to get the voicemail, right? You know that.
I don't know this, but I can transfer you over to her if you would like to speak to her.
I'd like her to quit lying. I'd like her to include her evidence in this PDF or anywhere.
Would you like me to transfer you over to her?
No, I'd like you to send me, as I keep requesting, the evidence that that road is named after General Robert E. Lee. That's what I'd
And I
like you
don't
to
have
do.
that information, so I can get you to someone that can help you, or I
Please.
can advise you to come to the meeting. But those are the only two options I have right now.
So you represent the mayor and all five council members, and you don't have this
No,
evidence
I do
ready,
not represent the
ready to
mayor or
show.
any of the council members.
Well, that's what option one was. Who did I end up talking to then?
You're talking to an administrative assistant for the city of Stockbridge,
Okay, well
and I can transfer your information.
your menu's wrong then. Just to let you know.
Okay, I can get that over to our public communications officer and our IT to have them to check that out. But
Oh.
as far as helping you today, would you like me to get you to Ms. Linda Logan?
Yeah, can you get me to somebody who can read?
We're all capable of reading here, but I can transfer you to Ms. Linda. Give me one moment, please.
Stockbridge, Logan.
Miss Logan, this is Mr. Randazzo. So I've just found this PDF here where you say that Lee Street is named for Robert E. Lee. But there is not a single shred of evidence from a newspaper, from the city minutes, from the county. You have no evidence. So what are you basing your statement on exactly?
Wait, what is this about?
You authored a PDF that says Lee Street in the city of Stockbridge is named for General Robert E. Lee. I'm looking at the PDF and the metadata signed on the PDF right now.
Okay.
Okay, so you state, to recognize the contributions of Martin Luther King Jr. to the city of Stockbridge. Sure enough. But you say which were named after a Confederate general, Robert E. Lee. Where exactly are you pulling that fact from?
I did not pull it from anywhere. That's just what I was told.
By who?
Just different staff members.
Different staff members. Okay. Do you know the Hightower family? That was 117, that was 117 East Atlanta Road. Right? They settled here in 1835. 1835. That was before General Lee was born. Okay. We got an executor's sale here I'm looking at from 1918. Miss Sally Lee Lot, west by Lee Street. MP Lee, west by Street. We've got a notice of sale from 1879. The estate of Samuel Lee, here in Henry County, on this block. So I've got all these old newspapers, and you've just been told by someone. Is that correct?
That's what I was told. Like I said, I mean, that may have just been a theory. I don't know. I was just trying to provide some background information, but the point though is that they want to provide a new name to the street.
Okay. Well, this is where I've lived for 50 years.
Okay, you're welcome to come to the meetings.
I'm going to be stuffing mailboxes. Do you know the redevelopment plan? That's what this is going to lead to. I'm going to stuff every 300 mailboxes that have something to do with that redevelopment plan and inform those people those houses are going to be taken away from them as blight. That's my answer to the Lee Street thing. Say that again?
As far as I know, right now, this is just a proposal to change the street name.
The proposal to change the street name and the amphitheater noise and the redevelopment plan all go together. Right? It looks like Aditeron's conspiracy up in College Park. You remember when they almost hired him? Well,
I don't know about anything else. I was told this is just a proposal to change the street name.
Yeah, but it's predicated on nothing. It's predicated on an old wives' tale.
Okay.
Is that what you do as a professional college graduate certified planner? Just make it up as you go along?
I only carried out an assignment that I was told to do. You're welcome to come and speak at the public hearing.
Oh, I'm speaking now. I've been speaking for 7 years. I've sued the police and won over Eagles Landing.
Okay. Well, the city council is the body who can take any action or not take action. So
right, but you're the one providing them with completely false information. They say go write a PDF that says it's Robert E. Lee, and you just do it, predicated on no research, not a history book, not a newspaper, not a property record, or nothing. And you think that's good enough for a professional? What do we pay you, $100,000 a year to do that?
Like I said, sir, you're welcome to come and speak at the public hearing.
I want to see evidence of where you got this name and story from. I want to see it before the meeting. You understand? Coming to the meeting is too late. It's not in your PDF. There's not a single drop in your PDF that attributes that name to Robert E. Lee. So do you have that to show me that I can come pick up today? Because like I said, I'll publish it on my website as a correction and say I was wrong. Am I wrong, Linda?
Hi, good afternoon. This is Veronica Green. I am Chief Parent here at the City of Stockbridge. And, I wanted to, I'm just catching the tail end of your conversation, and I wanted to know directly, what are you requesting? What information are you requesting from us?
I'm looking at a PDF. It's on the agenda for March 9th. It says, and out of quote, the street was named for Confederate General Robert E. Lee. I've got all evidence to the contrary with property records, newspaper listings, property sales, and news going back to 1835 on the history of Lee Street. In your PDF, you produce absolutely no evidence whatsoever that that road can be attributed to Robert E. Lee. So, do you have a piece of evidence to show me that I can publish?
I don't. Are you sure this is something that was published by the City of Stockbridge? I do not believe that we published anything that referred to.
It is called PowerPoint presentation for Martin Luther King Jr. Way Street Renaming.pdf. It was authored by Linda Logan. Create date 2/24/2026. Modified date 3/3/2026. It is stockbridgega.portal.com/event/3583/files/attachment/11007.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so what you're asking is that we produce documentation to prove that this street was named after Robert E. Lee?
Yes, ma'am. See, okay, all right. You've got a Lee Street over in Jonesboro, right? That Lee Street in Jonesboro is absolutely commemorated for and named after Robert E. Lee. This Lee Street in Stockbridge has existed since 1835. Robert E. Lee was not born in 1835. The Confederacy was not created until 1860.
That still would allow him to be born. I'm not opposed to what you're saying. So what are you opposed to it being renamed?
I'm opposed. Let me tell you what I'm opposed to.
How it's being presented.
I'm opposed to losing value on my home, which if you will take a look at any study about any road named MLK Way Jr., you'll find that it takes a huge hit in property value. And for me and my black neighbors and the Spanish ones and everybody else, I would rather not lose $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. I'm trying to get out of here. Away from this amphitheater noise. Away from the redevelopment plan that's going to take my house away. And this name change does not help that at all.
Okay. The best vehicle that we have is the public hearing where your voice can be directly heard. I think what you brought up is valuable, and it's also something that's been mentioned by council. And by attending the public hearing, it offers you the opportunity to be able to talk directly to council about it.
You know, the last public hearing that I went to was May the 12th, and I gave comment, and my mother gave comment, and then they pulled the plug on the video and put it up 3 days later, edited with clipchamp.com. Did you know that? That's about how much worth coming to that meeting. A lady on Cereza Drive, August of 2004, told the city council they're going to hell. If you go watch that meeting, it starts at 20 minutes in because they deleted her comment too.
I mean, I think they have a responsibility not to
not to promote vulgarity. I think that is part of the
No,
open
that I
meeting
don't
act, and
have.
you are more than
I
welcome
hadn't
to
promulgated a vulgar word today, or certainly my mother did not.
I'm unsure, but what I can do is we're not trying to censor the public by any means, but we do want to make sure that they have input and that their input is valuable. And like
What I'm my
your
input.
best interest to talk directly to council versus talking to staff, because ultimately council is the group or party that's going to make the decision. And I would rather see you in front of the decision makers, being able to express your complaint.
I would think,
or how you believe this will be a disservice to your property.
I would think that even if the staff was directed by some member of the council, oh, just say it's Robert E. Lee, because that's what sounds right for us right now. You would push back and say, well, that's not the truth. Where are you getting? The truth is the truth, council or not. Correct. That goes to a person's personal honor.
We try to make sure that we provide the most accurate representation. The city is meant to be the
Well, I'm Italian. There ain't a road named after an Italian in this whole place. How about we name it after Amerigo Vespucci then, if you want to represent me?
It would be something that could be initiated if that's what you were interested in doing. That's certainly your right as a taxpayer here in the city of Stockbridge.
Well then. So, I don't need to come to council meeting. I've got 2 stories on StockbridgeAmphitheater.com, which I own. They explain all this. If y'all want to go read the history of it, go ahead. There'll be a 3rd story. It goes all the way back to 1835. So, I don't know. If the staff and the council wants to tell lies, they can be my guest. But you're telling lies.
I think you're